All right, well, those ongoing agitators aren't the only thing plaguing Minnesota. The state is dealing with the fallout of a massive fraud scandal. What's Governor Walz's defense? We're not the only ones.
This fraud thing happens in every state. We had it here. I take responsibility for it. No one in state government had anything to do with it, but people stole from us. You got to stop that. We're working hand in hand with the U.S. Attorney's Office. That's gone now. I don't even know who over there is working on fraud.
Well, for once, Governor Walz is absolutely right. There are tons of examples of fraud across the country. A new federal report found that providers took millions in federal dollars to give phone and internet services to more than 116,000 dead customers. And that's just from 3 states. Over in Maine, a federal audit uncovered that $46 million was improperly charged to the state's autism care program. And in Los Angeles, a third person was charged in connection with allegedly taking more than $23 million that was supposed to go towards helping the homeless. People in LA are going hungry and dying in the streets, while taxpayer dollars meant to help them are allegedly going to guys like this. Joining me now is Michele Tafoya, former NFL sideline reporter and Republican candidate for Minnesota Senator. So, Michele, what's your response to Governor Walz saying everybody's got fraud? It's, you know, everyone's got it. What are we going to do?
Well, he's right. There's a massive failure of leadership, and it started with him. May not have started with him, but he certainly oversaw at least $9 billion worth of fraud. And this wasn't just Minnesota taxpayer money. This was United States taxpayer money. So every American should be alarmed by this and should really be, I'll try to keep my language nice. They should really be ticked off by this, Katie. When you look at your paycheck and you look at the taxes that you're paying, ask yourself where that went. You know, were your roads and bridges taken care of? Were your teachers properly paid? Or did someone get lakeshore property and a Rolex? I mean, this is what we've seen in Minnesota. So it is a crisis of leadership. It is not just in Minnesota. These government programs do not have proper oversight, either because leadership doesn't want to ask the tough questions, or it's too politically incorrect to ask the tough questions, or they're just cowards. So we need common sense. We need outsiders. We need people with courage and spine to step in and ask the right questions and stand up for the American people. And that's why I'm running for Senate.
Yeah, and Michele, you know, you mentioned the taxpayer siphoning of the money and where it went. It also, in some of these cases, reportedly went to terrorist groups overseas in Somalia, Al-Shabaab. I mean, these investigations are just getting started. We're going to find out where at least some of this money is going. I'm sure much of it we will never find out where it's going. But you talk about this in terms of the billions of dollars, and sometimes that gets to be, you know, people's eyes kind of start glazing over when we talk about these big numbers. But you talk about specifically how this impacts the American taxpayer. And to me, when Americans go to work every day, that is time out of their life that they're not getting back. And you hear all the time when people like you or others who are trying to be in office, or who are Republicans in office who want to cut these programs, that you're attacking the homeless. You don't want kids to eat. You are attacking Medicare or Medicaid for people who need it. And yet you have all this fraud that is actually stealing from the people who need it, and a lack of leadership, mostly from Democrats, to actually get those programs back on track so they can help the most vulnerable.
You raise a great point that everyone always thinks you're throwing granny off the cliff, you're starving kids. Well, guess what? Here in Minnesota, the Feeding Our Future scandal, $250 million of taxpayer money was stolen under the guise of feeding kids during COVID. I think about 6 kids got a meal. $250 million. We know now that beyond the shadow of a doubt that there is so much fraud, not just in Minnesota, but wherever there is weak leadership, unwilling to do the work and to ask the questions. And here we are sitting with this. And meanwhile, Americans continue to see their taxes go to this. And it's being stolen by 2-bit criminals. And as you said, maybe even going overseas to terrorism. I think that, you know, Tim Walz asked, geez, who's even looking into the fraud now? I'm so cooperative. No, he wasn't the one who cooperated. It has been the U.S. Attorney's Office that has been digging into this, not Tim Walz. This fraud is what really made him have to step down for running for a 3rd term. And by the way, I think the DOJ, Katie, didn't they just assign someone to overlook fraud and abuse in this country? Right. And I think That is hugely important, and I hope they really lean into their task.
Yeah, and I hope people are held accountable for, as you just said,
Absolutely.
stealing money. I mean, stealing, it's not just fraud. They're stealing from hardworking Americans every single day and then turning around and saying, if you dare to want accountability, you're bigoted or you don't want to feed poor kids. It's absolutely outrageous. Michele Tafoya, thank you so much for joining tonight. Great to see you.
Thanks for having me, Katie.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.